I would like to welcome to the program Republican New Hampshire congressional candidate Karoline Leavitt and Run Gen Z president and founder Joe Mitchell. Karoline, Joe, welcome to the program. Glad to have you here.
Good to be here.
Hey, Karoline, congratulations to you. You are such a great example of a young, fresh face in politics. You're only 25 years old, so impressive. And across the board, the GOP is really running a lot of young candidates with fresh ideas, while you look at the Democrats, and they seem to be the party of old candidates. You got Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. So, in your opinion, who's the real party of change?
Karoline, I think.
Joe, all right, I think we're working on Karoline's audio here. Joe, did you hear that question?
I did, Jen, and Mercy, thanks for having me. And first of all, I have to say congratulations to Karoline, because she is an inspiration not only to young conservatives across this country, to every single American patriot and what she stood for and what she did. And she stood up against the establishment, and they spent so much money against her, and she had so many more endorsements against her, but she stood up, and she was genuine and authentic, and congratulations to her win. And I look forward to seeing her as a congresswoman next January. But I did hear your question, Jen. And first of all, young conservatives are ready to stand up, and we're ready to fight back. We have to be tough, because if we don't stand up and fight back, we won't have a country in 5, 10, 20 years from now. And so it's so important to have young conservatives engaged, but also running for office, making a difference, making sure that we're fighting back and we're fighting for American first policies.
Okay, I'm told Karoline's back. Karoline, now that we have you, we have your audio, can you weigh in on who is the party of change when you look at how the Democrats have behaved over the last several years compared to what we're seeing in the Republican Party now going forward?
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for having me, Jen. And after our huge primary victory on Tuesday, I think it's very clear that we, the Republican Party, are the party of change. You know, it's funny, my opponents in the primary and now the Democrats already are trying to use my youth against me, but they're underestimating the will of voters to elect new youthful voices, especially down in Washington, D.C. You know, there's been politicians down there that have been clinging to power twice as long as I have been alive. And we desperately need energetic fighters who are standing up for the people and are unequivocally going to put America first. You know, the Democrats are hitting me for my youth, and they're also hitting all Republicans as some MAGA extremists or fascists. And what I say to them is, it's not extreme to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not extreme to want to have strong borders, strong law and order, and a strong economy. That's exactly what we fought for in this primary. And I will continue to bring that same message to independents in the general election. And I have no doubt we'll continue to defy the odds, smash expectations, heading into this big general election fight in 8 weeks from today.
Yeah, great point, Karoline. Joe, in a recent Harvard Kennedy poll amongst 18 to 29-year-olds, only 13% of young people believe that America is going in the right direction. I just can't believe these numbers. 34% approve of Biden's handling of the economy, and only 41% approve of Biden's overall performance. I mean, this is the young vote that they normally say, quote unquote, votes for the Democrat. Do you think the GOP has a chance of really winning some of these younger voters who have traditionally been voting for Democrats?
Well, Marcia, I think that America is worth fighting for, and I think that's why me and Karoline and the rest of the young conservative movement is out there fighting for America and our values, because we believe in it. And we have to have young people step up to the plate. And when you see these poll numbers, well, gosh, who would want to approve of a 78-year-old president that's completely thrown our country down the drain, doesn't believe in it, doesn't believe in the mission of the American dream? And so that's why we're here stepping up, recruiting young people to run for city, state, and county office to make sure that we have a pipeline and a roster built up so we can have more people like Karoline that are in Congress fighting for this country and standing up for it.
Karoline, you see such an influence, obviously, of former President Trump when it comes to his effect on endorsements, his effect on the midterms. Obviously, things aren't going well for the Democrats. They're coming out with this hateful rhetoric, anti-MAGA. You got to kill MAGA, end MAGA. How do you see things going forward and the former president's influence both on the midterms and beyond as we look towards 2024? Is MAGA behind us, or does it continue on stronger than ever?
Absolutely not. The future of this Republican Party is America first. You saw it first in Wyoming with Harriet Hageman's big victory. Had a great phone call with her this morning. You saw it in my own primary, right? I ran on the America First platform and we won by historic margins. President Trump remains an important voice, not only for our party, but for our country, for all Americans who, again, are thirsty for strong leadership. This President Joe Biden is the weakest commander-in-chief in American history. And we need change, and it starts by taking back the House in January and then the White House again in 2024.
And draining the swamp. We're going to count on you to do that, Karoline, when you get back to Washington.
Joe, let me go to you first, and then, Karoline, if we can get your reaction afterwards. Judge Eileen Cannon has officially named Raymond Dearie as a special master in Trump's Mar-a-Lago case. Your reaction to the news. Joe, let's start with you, and then Karoline after Joe.
Well, it's completely ridiculous what's happening, Mercy, and the unprecedented raids that are happening both on President Trump and the people that are aligned with him is completely un-American and is completely throwing out faith in the whole entire system itself. And what the Joe Biden administration is doing and what the DOJ is doing right now is completely tearing down America and is dividing us more than anything else. They said that President Trump, would divide us. That it's totally untrue. He unified us and he did the best he could. And this administration is doing the best they can to tear America apart and tear the unity across this country. And it's completely despicable.
Karoline, 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what I can tell you after campaigning for more than a year is that, unfortunately, the American people don't have trust in our government institutions, and we need to reinstill that trust. And it starts by taking back the House with a strong America First majority in Congress who will not just govern, but will go on offense to hold these corrupt folks, frankly, on both sides of the aisle accountable. And we will do that come January.
All right, Joe Mitchell, Karoline Leavitt, great to have you both with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.